magical universe, created, directed, and produced by Reverend Dr. Mullen. In this video, Dr. Mullen will look at the stars, the planets, and inhabitants of planet Earth, seeing how individuals are affected by the interactions of the planets and the stars.
This is paranormal investigator and metaphysician Dr. Mullen coming to you from downtown Orlando, Florida with the magical universe. You know, things aren't accidental. Everything that happens is at the sacrifice or assistance of something else. Rituals, simple spells, not for the negative or to be a cauldron-carrying, broom-stirring witch, but in order to affect the world around us, we can do rituals and affirmations. Many people have a lucky pencil before they take an exam, or carry a lucky penny. You know, a penny minted in the year of one's birth is one of the easiest and most powerful of the different lucky symbols to carry with you. Also, anything with your zodiac sign is. I'm born on July 13th. I'm born under the birth sign of Cancer, and this is my lucky coffee mug. And think of different ways that you might be able to draw luck into your own life. Here is how to make a good luck charm to place on your desk or study area if you're in school to help with homework and grades, or if you're out of school to help with learning a new subject. You know, I think education's very important, but it doesn't always have to be formal. If for some reason sitting in a classroom just isn't for you, you can still do so much to enhance and to keep learning and to make your life broader and your universe more interesting. To do this simple spell, in order to have success with learning, you're going to need 2 or 3 old and inexpensive or free hardback books. Check at a used bookstore, or possibly you might even find some at a thrift shop, but you want to have hardback books, not paperbacks. And some of them are very, very old and yet aren't really valuable, so check to make sure that you're not having a $20,000 first edition of a Hemingway signed novel for this. You want something that is not really valuable. Select books of different sizes, like we have on our stack here. And then you'll need a length of ribbon in a color that you like. Make it long enough to go around the stack of books and to tie some kind of a bow. You'll need glue. I like Elmer's glue, or a multi-purpose similar craft glue will work. And then a selection of beads, sequins, stickers, buttons, etc. for decoration. Paint and a small paintbrush. The color gold is very good. Gold represents anything that's of higher consciousness or precious, and learning is of a high consciousness and precious activity. This spell is most powerful if you can do it on a Wednesday or a Saturday. The days of the week are named for the different planets, and each has a different quality. Wednesday, Woden's Day, relates to the planet Mercury, miércoles in Spanish. You can see it there, and it represents hump day, but it's the very best day to give an exam, most teachers feel. Saturday, or Saturn's Day, is good for hard work and effort that is a reward. And you know that, of course, studying takes a lot of effort and hard work sometimes. Find a workspace and protect it with old newspapers or a piece of plastic, and then assemble your supplies. To begin with, glue the book shut. That's kind of fun, actually. Put the Elmer's glue around each side and a little bit in the middle, and press them shut so that the book will never be opened again. And it's good to stagger the stack a little and then glue them all together. These two are glued together here. Place the largest book at the bottom and the smallest at the top. Now you want to brush the top book with paint to cover the title, So it's just a blank like this one is, and we can't see what the title once was. And also to create a nice surface to decorate. Then lightly paint the spines of the back of the books in order to cover any lettering or the title there, and let the paint and glue dry thoroughly. Next, decorate the top book with beads, stickers, buttons, tiny crystals, anything that appeals to you. I use some very small vintage crystal beads at each corner on this book, if you can see right there. And then finish the spell by tying a ribbon around the book. Tying a knot or knot craft is simple and a very powerful way to seal in a thought. And finish the project by concentrating on your goals with regard to what it is you want to learn. Next, place the book stack as kind of just a decoration or a paperweight in your study area at home. And the ancient wisdom of books and libraries and learning experiences of all the students in the past is invoked here. The vast knowledge of the universe comes across time and space to help you in your support. Pictured here, this book stack uses two very old Victorian novels, and again, not valuable books, burnished with gold for enlightenment. I selected a violet ribbon for originality and intuition, and the vintage beige accents suggest history. The student for whom this was created wanted to study history, and she credits this with becoming the valedictorian of her high school class and even winning a full ride scholarship to a major university. Would that have happened anyway? Well, we really don't know with simple spells, but it certainly didn't hurt, and we had a lot of fun putting that together, by the way, together. The next simple spell that I want to share with you involves the full moon. Connecting with and honoring the moon has been an important part of spiritual growth since earliest times. Often this connection is called drawing down the moon. On nights before, exactly on, or the night after, when the full moon is shining brightly in the sky, gaze up at her. Focus on what it is you want to wish for, and wait until you can sense the energy coming in. And then here is the chant. I call to the moon when she is round, all that is good will now abound, always from danger and problems free. As my will, so mote it be. Mote is an old-time word for must it be, and you can call the moon it or he if you want to, but traditionally the lunar energy is considered feminine because it reflects the light of the sun, and that addresses the male and female polarities within all of us. Think about the moon's influence affecting your own life in a good way as you sleep. Wellness and peace will be present, awakening the next morning after this simple spell is done. Try to repeat this on or just before each full moon, and the powerful influence of the moon's aid will grow stronger. Just give it a try, and gradually will bring more and more of all that's good into your life. I'll repeat the chant one more time. I call to the moon when she is round, all that is good will now abound, always from danger and problems free. As my will, so mote it be. Another simple spell to use was given to me by a metaphysical friend from Germany whom I met long ago, and this was to put someone on ice who was kind of a troublemaker. Now, it won't hurt anyone. We don't deal with that kind of energy here. But what it'll do is cool down a problem and shift the focus of the troublemaker to another direction. Suppose there's a neighbor who's very gossipy, or a shirt-tail relative who likes to tell tales and change things around, or someone who is just very rude or obnoxious. And mostly people like that would be shocked if we said it to them. They don't realize it. Well, in order to do this, this certainly works well. And again, it won't hurt anyone. It just cools the situation down. Take a piece of paper. This will also work if there's someone doing vandalism or stealing things, or thieves in many cases. Write the name. You do need the first and last name of the perpetrator if possible. If not, you could just put a description down of the person. And write that on a small piece of paper. You need a Ziploc plastic bag and water. Place the paper with the person's or troublemaker's name inside a small Ziploc plastic bag, and fill the plastic bag with water and seal it up. And then push it way, way back in your freezer. And don't remove it. Just leave it there on ice to freeze. Within 28 days, one lunar cycle, the problem should cool down and completely end. Usually, though, it's sooner than that. The only thing is, don't take the plastic bag out of the freezer. Put it way in the back so no one meddles with it, because taking it out and thawing it will create kind of a release, and unless the whole situation is long past, it can kind of stir it up again. Suppose you want to move to a new apartment and you don't want to take 20 plastic bags with people's names in them along with you. In that case, they can be buried while still frozen in the garden, and all will be well. The last simple spell that I want to share with you today has to do with absorbing negativity through stones. This is a beautiful piece of black onyx, which I was given some time ago. Black onyx, black quartz or smoky quartz, and other black stones. Now, black's not a negative color, but it absorbs and hides the negativity. Think of the way when the sun sets and the evening grows darker and darker, things disappear or change or become diminished in outline. By holding a piece of black stone of any type, but black onyx is especially good, and think of any negativity. If, say, you've had a negative experience with a job interview, or with dealing with things, if you've had a yard sale and it didn't go well, or something happened that just throws us off. You know, it's so strange. We can have 10 good experiences in a day, one negative one, and what do you think most of us will remember at the end of the day? The negative one. And so if that's happening, just hold the piece of stone like this. Breathe deeply and exhale the negativity and let it flow in like a sponge to the stone. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. Give it a try and you'll feel incredibly light and bright, and the negativity will vanish. This is parapsychologist and paranormal investigator Dickie Jo Mullen suggesting this last little ritual, especially for my fellow ghost trackers. If you just feel there might be a spirit hovering around that isn't the most friendly, this works well for that too.